Good evening. Welcome to Third Rail Thursdays. I am your host tonight, Dave Coe. And in just a moment, we will see the train exiting the tunnel. I hope people don't get used to this professionality, because it's only going to last about 5 minutes. Mark from M&M Rails. First comment. How you doing, Mark? Thanks for coming. Roger, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. That should be yellow, not green. Here we go. Nice long train coming out of the tunnel. We're going to see if my phone blows up when I try to add chat, because it usually does. Hey, they make it like that. Welcome, Chris. Yeah, it's been a hot minute, guys. It's been a hot minute. Do you even remember who I am? Oh, there's the caboose. Now, you'll have to forgive me, because I have a new camera. And it's a little different, a lot more professional, but hard to get used to. I haven't really used it too much, but it's really snazzy. It's the Canon SL3. I think it's known as the 250D in the European kind of continents. Okay, let me bring up chat on my phone and see. Let's get a sweet shot before we go. Upsy daisy. Oh, we got to turn on the lights. There we go. All right, Bubs, how's it going? Split Rock, welcome. Thanks everybody for joining. I know I'm early. I think I've worked out all the technical difficulties. See, I can make it focus. Oh yeah, look at that. So cool. Although I can't find my own live stream on my phone. Am I even subscribed to myself? Probably not. There we go. There we go. We have the technology. There is no bacon. Actually, there was bacon earlier. I made delicious sandwich. So let me walk you through it. All right, hold on. You know what? I feel like there's only one way to do this, and I don't even know if I've got a bottle opener down here. Oh, I'm so unprepared, guys. I'm an amateur all over again. Look at that shot. Look at that shot, guys. The raw talent of the chemographer. That's not. I don't know if that's a real word. A videographer is just unmatched. Just unreal. I'm going all out, Roger. This is actually a gift from M&M Rails when he came over. I'll tell a little story about that after my sandwich. I'm just gonna go get a bottle opener because I don't have one down here. Hey, chemographer. Yeah, that's a new one. Go for it. Use it. I just require $2 royalty fees every time you say that word. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Let's just make sure. I gotta flip the screen on the camera so I can actually make sure it's in the shot. So this is the only one I haven't rebottled yet. Let me get the mic right in there too. Hold on. I want you guys to hear it. There you go. Okay, here we go. It's not as crazy as the cans, but it is delicious though. It is delicious. I hope you're all jealous. Gotta pick up the cap before I step on it with my bare feet later. Be worse than a Lego. All right. Well, we just missed the train, but that's okay. Let me. Where do I put my phone? I'm getting old. My memory is just not like it used to be. The ripe old age of 30. Dwight, how you doing? Welcome. Split Rock, yeah. See, we have professional standards here at Daveco, and not that I don't spill things on the layout, but not Coke. Water, fine. Alcohol, fine. Paint, done it. But you never waste Coke. We never waste Coke. Okay, so the sandwich I got to tell you guys about that I made earlier. I actually made two. Toasted bread. Okay, two sandwiches. So, but 2 pieces of bread, olive oil, margarine on both sides. Here comes the train. Oh, that should be yellow again. I'm not even paying attention. Okay, olive oil, margarine on both sides. Oh, well, on both breads, only on the inside. Not on the outside. That's too greasy for your old fingers. All right. You know what? I could definitely start a cooking show. And let's just say you don't get my kind of body from going to the gym. All right? That's how good the food would be. I'm just saying. Okay. I'm getting on. John, how you doing? Welcome. All right. No, Tim is not kicked off Third Rail Thursdays. There's 5 Thursdays. This is not my full return. Baby steps. And yeah, let me get a better shot of the layout here. Let me see what I can do. I should probably invest in a new tripod. That's a terrible shot of the layout. Holy cow. Can we, hold on, we might have the technology here, boys. Squeeze through this aisle. There we go. There we go. Oh, now we're cooking with gas, guys. I still haven't even finished that sandwich story. Oh, yeah. That's us. I can't zoom out. Ooh. All right, so olive oil, margarine, okay, on the insides of both. Then you got to go with the mayonnaise, mustard, and buffalo mix. You mix that, you slather on. Don't be stingy. You don't want it to be dry. All right. And then starting from the top, okay, it's baby spinach. I know that green stuff will kill you. I know it. Trust me. That's my only exception. I do like spinach. All right. Then tomato. I used oh my god, they're like cocktail tomatoes. They're not the cherry tomatoes. They're like medium. Not full size. But you can. Drew, welcome. Just talking about a sandwich real fast that I made earlier. That was delicious. And okay, so then you have cheese. Now, you have to melt the cheese. And if you're like me and you're cooking a bunch of stuff all at once, I have a little butane torch that I got for making creme brulee, and that melts the cheese just perfect. So you got a sandwich of the cheese now, right? So it's cheese, then you got your meats, right? Bacon on top, The middle is nice Montreal smoked deli turkey. All right. And then on the bottom, and I'm going to pronounce this wrong, and maybe somebody can give me a photonic way of saying it. Spicy Genoa, that salami looking thing, the cured salami, that's spicy, the deliciousness. But here's the thing, you fry both the turkey and the spicy Genoa, whatever, in the pan, okay? Because it's cured, and like then all the fat comes out and it becomes a little spicier, a little tastier, a little crispier. Okay, and then under that you put another piece of cheese, melted cheese to perfection, and that is a good sandwich. So that's what I had for dinner. So no bacon on stream, had it in the sandwich. There was Mike. Okay, first of all, there's no stupid questions, but that's a little bit of a foolish one, because do you really think that I would leave any spare bacon? Come on, who are you talking to? I know I've been MIA for like what, like 6 months, 7 months, but I don't leave a bacon behind. Wigwag, how you doing? Oh, I don't know. I'm not real good with the art. So I don't know if I could do the graffiti. I'm struggling just to do the scenery, guys. Like, can I like stencil it on? I can't even color inside the lines in a coloring book, guys. Look, I was thinking about bringing one on stream, but nobody wants to see or hear me eat. All right. If you want to get a little bit of a preview, just look up like pigs just mowing down stuff. That like just you don't yeah the nightmare inducing sounds that they make while they eat, and you're getting pretty close. You're getting pretty close. All right, I've got it set on yellow this time. So, um, let's see. It's been a long time since I did a stream, and a lot has changed on the layout, of course. I might graffiti a little bit, guy. Like, might graffiti a little bit. Down the road, I want to weather everything. The thing is, um, like this layout is based on an island, and I'd like to think that other than the odd mischievous teenager, people are pretty good. So, uh, I'd love to. I do have some graffiti uh, decals or decals, but I don't know how much exactly I'm going to put on. Hey, Sparky, the extra switch outside the tunnel. It's a passing. It's a passing siding, so you can park two cars and then run around them to shunt into the industries. Okay, good to know. It's not accurate for my era. Good to know. I still may try to throw one or two on, but that's good, because I don't know how good. I've never applied decals either, so it's probably going to be a disaster. All right. So yeah, new camera. Let's it's a little weird, right? Because it's a DSLR, so I've actually got to rotate the lens for it to zoom in, which is a little bit strange. But I'll get there. It's my first day. Actually, it is my first time using this camera, like, on this. What year's the layout set in? Um, It's like a 1960s to 1970s, I'd say maybe. Thank you, Sparky. Track. So it's cork with code 100 painted with spray paint, brown spray paint. That's all that is. I haven't obviously no ballast or anything just yet, but so Delta, I've got actually 3 Baldwins. I've got the 2 DS 441,000s, and I have a DRS 441,000. I don't have any other diesels other than those 3 because I've got 15-inch radius curves and 4% grades. So obviously super picky on what will run. When I bought the Baldwins, the 2 DS 441,000s originally and tested them and they worked, I actually was just going to stick with those 2. And then I saw the DRS, which is the same thing, a little bit longer, but still makes the curves. And so I bought it, and I just don't have the room to expand, so I don't have any more, um, room or anything like that. So I'm happy with the 3, and then I've got the 080. I used to have the Baldwin 460, but I basically I like traded. Uh, I traded that. Not really. I like bought this one and then I sold the Baldwin, and both of those went to my good buddy over at Mainline. And if you're not already subscribed to his channel, go check that out. He's just rebuilding a layout. But yeah, sometimes I wish I had a little more variety, but at the same time, I mean, unfortunately, with my space, I'm so limited that you kind of, enjoy that. Yeah, maybe. Like I thought about the GP7s, GP9s, like the 4 axles, but um, I have like a little bit of a backstory as well. Hey, John, um, which is just it's based on like my grandfather because when I was a kid, he's the one who got me into trains, and so basically the story is he bought these used Baldwins from CP, and I plan on roughing them up quite a bit, of course. And it used to be more of a public railroad, but the the barge that brought in the cars and locomotives is no longer in service, and so everything that's on the island is stuck on the island basically. So my plan is to kind of really grunge some of this stuff up, because the main focus is just keep it working, keep it maintained, keep it working, that kind of thing, because it's kind of a self uh, maintained railroad. So this lens, it's just the one that came with it. It's the EFS 18 to 55 millimeter. It's all right. It doesn't zoom in very much. I definitely look at getting a bigger lens. Back when I did other photography, we're gonna get a different angle, boys. Sorry, just gotta fold up the tripod. I'm actually in the middle of redoing this upper industry set. I just laid down this drywall spackle the other day. Whoop. So I think I made a video about this, but basically, I used to have these wooden ramps on this spur here, and the plan was to have this spur as like a really kind of degraded, non-maintained team track that was rarely used. But this building was actually meant for the other area. So no, the well that and that's the thing. Like the backstory for it is just that uh, the privatized like island bought everything out. And before I had any Canadian National stuff, my joke was Canadian National paid for their own barge to come and grab all their stuff, which would have explained why I had no Canadian National stuff on the layout whatsoever. But I do now, so I can't make that kind of joke. But Derek, how's it going? Family's awesome. My boy's like 6.5, actually almost 7 months. He's gonna be 7 months on the 5th, and things are great. Things are awesome. Thanks for stopping by. Sure, I'll take your word for it about the Newfoundland Railway. I don't know a lot about prototypical and real world stuff. I just like making what makes sense in my mind. Because I'm one of those. I'm obviously so limited in my space and how I did things that it kind of ends up just being it's my railroad kind of thing, and I can do whatever the heck I want. So I think it'll nah nah the water got too choppy for the barges. Look, I've got more bacon in the freezer, by the way. I'm never truly out of bacon. I go to Costco, you pick up those like big 4 packs. Solid, solid. I would never. Steve, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, so this building, um, it's kind of got the 90-degree rail service and then the truck service. So again, because it's a privatized, like it's an island, no big 18 wheelers. It's just going to be the box trucks. But I actually bought this building for that area over there, which no longer. And then I built this and it didn't really fit over here, and then I put it over there and it fit really well, so I left it over there. And I didn't like it against the double tracks, so I decided to move things around, and it actually worked out pretty good. A little tight for the trucks, but again, I mean, whatever. We'll figure it out. I think there's enough room to scooch some trucks through that gap and back them in. I may push this building back further towards the back of the layout as well. I've got a little bit of wiggle room, so you know, John, everything is high priced. What, at Costco? Yeah, yeah. It's everybody thinks, oh, just go to Costco, you'll get a great deal. That's not true. Like Coca-Cola, for example, it's not any cheaper at Costco. You just buy in bigger bulk, right? If you wait for a sale at like Walmart or something, it's cheaper. A lot of things are like that. It's convenient to go to Costco and drop like 500 bones, you know, and have everything, for months, and their meat is awesome. Get ribs, pork, like the pork loins, all that stuff, but definitely expensive. Um, you know. Oh, yeah, Mark, no, not glue, drywall spackle. I was gonna work on this area tonight actually. That was my plan, but I want to do a little bit more sanding, and then I got to bring out the vacuum, which is noisy, and I want to paint it, and it takes me forever to mix up the paint, and then if I don't have enough, I look like a goof, and I also kind of want to finish this side of the crossing. So let me move this bad boy again and untangle the cable from the foot. There we go. So I want to bring the road. Let me actually raise this up a little bit so you kind of get a better view. There we go. So, I'm gonna have the road come in and feed into this parking lot here, and have some buildings filling in this area, and so that's the plan. So I'm kind of just slowly picking away. I actually really still don't like scenery. Like this drywall spackle is the bane of my existence. And can you use bacon strips instead of cork? That would borderline be wasteful of bacon strips. Ooh. I mean, once you applied track power, if you could increase, like if you put a DC power pack and really juiced it, could you cook the bacon if you like shorted it? Hey, if oven never breaks. I guess I could always bring a slice of bacon down here and we could figure it out. I don't know. Um, ooh, smoked bacon. That was yeah, okay, so a good time. I don't know if anybody knows what sous vide is. I'm gonna explain it extremely terribly, okay? Basically, it's a hot tub for meat that you put in a bag, okay? uh, you pretty much it's a water heater that you put. I've got a big bin, and it heats the water to a very exact temperature. Okay, so what you do then is you put I'm going to use a steak as an example. You put a steak in a bag, you vacuum seal that steak in the bag, okay? So there's no air. You put it into this sous vide area, the water heated area, and the steak only cooks to exactly the temperature that the water is because it's regulated. So if you like medium rare steak, and so you want to cook it at exactly 129 degrees to be medium rare all the way through, edge to edge, you do this. You take it out, and you can either sear it before or after, typically after. Well, it depends. It depends what you're doing. Usually I do the steaks after, okay? And then you get a perfectly medium rare steak. And it's amazing. It I know it sounds weird because it's in the bag, but look it up. Look it up. Hey Heath, how you doing? Okay, so it's not steaming. It cooks all the way through. You can do meat, you can do vegetables, you can do dessert. Anyway, I did bacon. I sous vide a pack of bacon. Okay, and what this does is it cooks with all the juice in, right? You spice everything beforehand. So I honestly just cooked a pack of bacon in this sous vide. I left it like overnight. It was like 12 hours. All right, and I'm telling you, I took it out and it's cooked, but it doesn't kind of feel cooked. It feels weird because it's cooked, but it's not fried, right? Um, there's no shell or like a crispy. Jesus, what am I trying to say? Not skin, but like, oh man, I'm thinking about. It's not boiled. It's not boiled, so don't. No, it's not boiled. Look it up. It's sous vide. Anyway, and then I took it out of the package and you just flash fry it, and oh, that was the best bacon I think I've ever had. It was juicy and crispy at the same time. It was, oh man, delicious. That's true. Cheese, yeah. Griddles, amazing. I got to give you that. Griddles are awesome. And cheesesteak, also awesome. Love it. Yeah, sous vide. It's a little bit of a time commitment. Like I like to do the steaks for 2 hours. But the nice thing is you just set it and forget it. So that's kind of nice. It's not for everybody. A lot of people may not like it, but goddamn, it is delicious. I kind of like thick cut, thin cut. I mean, I don't discriminate, Chris, by any means. Of course, you know me. Um, like it all, but yeah. So this area is really coming along. It's that's another crossing it into matchsticks. I've still got to dark wash it and everything. I'm gonna do that when I paint the road. It's really so is it French Canadian? Oh. Bacon on a stick, huh? I've never had that. Sounds like a good time though. I don't know if anybody notices, but we always end up talking about food on my live streams. Not that I'm complaining. I love food, but I don't know. I think I might be onto something going to a food only stream. Grab some more subscribers. Speaking of subscribers, now that I'm kind of back, I'm going to be doing a giveaway soon. What is the radius of my dog bone? 15 inch. Yep. All my curves are 15 inch. They said it couldn't be done. They said I was wasting my time with 4-inch grades, 15-inch radius, but here we are. HO scale, that's correct. That is correct. Tried to go N. It was, I don't know. I didn't like it. It was too small, I don't know. HO's what I always had and what I knew and what I liked, and I find like HO's a really good size for me. So I ended up going back. But yeah, subscribers. When I get a little bit more subscribers, I want to do a giveaway. I've got all of these Walther's mainline. I've got 2 different Illinois Centrals that I think I might package together. They're 2 different road numbers, of course. And then we've got the Southern Pacific and the Detroit Mackinac. I probably give them away. There's a chance I might keep them and repaint them, but I don't know. They've been sitting up there for quite a while, so I'm definitely in no hurry. Might as well give them away and buy new ones. Yeah, Mark came over not too long ago, and we did our second op session. And Mark, correct me if I'm wrong here, but it was awesome. We really enjoyed ourselves. It was a lot of fun. Mark is a fantastic guest. He's welcome back anytime, and not just because he brought me Coke and treats, but he's fantastic. He didn't even speed this time, and yeah. I mean, come on, CP all the way, but I mean, I don't know. I was over at Mark's layout, and I was running his CN. I think it was an SW1200 Mark. You may have to correct me if I'm wrong. And it was awesome. So after Mark came here, I just recently, 2 weeks ago, went over to Mark's and operated on his layout. And first of all, Mark's layout is so tall. You don't see it in the live, or maybe you do, and I just never noticed. It's so tall. Where's my? Do you know your measurement offhand, Mark? Because I'm trying to find my measuring tape to see what my height is on here, and of course, I have no idea where it is. So I may forgo it, but I feel like Mark's was like a foot and a half taller. Maybe not that much, but it was tall. And like Mark's a tall dude, but Mark doesn't have to bring any treats. No. Wow. Okay. Did Eminem Rails crash anything? Does a stock car falling off the layout count? Sorry to throw you under the bus there, Mark. But other than that, and it's funny. Okay, so my cats jump on my layout. I've got my cats. They rule the place. So really, I can't. Eventually, I'll have little protectors, but for now, the cats kind of do whatever they want. So, currently, I always park my trains at the back because I'm like, it's safe. They can't knock them back there. So here, Mark loses the stock car in the crevice between the wall and the layout underneath this picture here in the background. It's like, oh my god. So that's good up. Oh, Corner Gas. Oh, that was such a good show. That was such a good show. That was a good time. They did like an animated kind of redo of it, right? If I'm correct. Something like that. No, we fished it out. We fished it out. And to be fair, I think what it the coupler box fell off, and I re-glued it in 5 minutes, and it was fine. And that's the only damage that there was. Like, no harm, no foul. Whatever, shit happens, right? No big deal. Let's move on, have a good time. I didn't care. I wasn't upset whatsoever. Poor Mark felt so bad. The cows were dead. The pigs we had to use for bacon. It was the only humane way to move forward. All right, but here we are, and we're still good to go. Weeks later, but no. And speaking of which, so when I went over to Mark's layout, and okay, so not only is his layout super tall, it's so like clean, like crisp, like professional. It looks fantastic. I know he's still working on it. It's still work in progress. There are many areas that I know he doesn't think looks good. It looks fantastic. The lighting really just brings it up to an 11 mark. Um, Everything ran super smooth. Everything looked great. I had a great time. I think his layout's awesome. He's done he's done great. And oh no. Oh, that's good, John, that there was are you okay? No damage to you or a little sore? That's kind of both my mother and my wife have both been in serious car accidents, and my mom was rear-ended and she was all messed up. And I mean my wife was too, but different kind of accident, but oh yeah, it's Mark truly like and I mean, oh, it was fantastic. I can't give enough praise to how like I wish my layout could look that way. Like my layout looks like a trash can or a dumpster compared to his. It's just wild how amazing to me his layout looked. Everything ran perfect. I had a great time. Him and his wife, fantastic hosts. I mean, amazing hosts. I felt so welcomed, and the dog Lily. Oh my god! I mean, it helps that she liked the toy I brought her. The toys that helps. That helps. But she was adorable, very sweet and loving. Okay, so but we did a little test. So I brought one of my Baldwins, and I brought the CMX car in case he wanted to clean his track, which we decided not to because don't mess with what works, right? But we did a little. I did a time trial, so I did one on my layout. Okay, one lap. I did one on my layout before I left, and I did one on his layout. So I set it to speed step 12. With a cup, like in my case, 4 cars. In his case, I think we did 4 cars. Eh, Mark? It was something like that because it wheel slipped when we had like the 6 on it. So we did 4 cars and it didn't wheel slip. And speed step 12, my layout, okay, to do one full lap is 6 minutes 23 seconds. And that's what I'm running them right now. That's what I typically run. Sometimes I go down to speed step 10 if I'm doing ops by myself and I want to try to race um, the main line. But speed step 12 is kind of my standard. So that's what I used. My layout, 6 minutes, 23 seconds. Okay. Mark's layout. And Mark, are you okay if I spill these beans? I just want to make sure you're cool with this before I spill them. And, you know, All right, Eminem, I'm spilling the beans anyways. So 6:23 was my time at. Look, now we're talking about food again. No, 6:23 at Speed Step 12 for my layout. 3:27 for Mark's layout, which was surprising because honestly, it looks big and it feels big, and I think that's because um it's around the room, right? So you're not just like in my case, you kind of stand there and you kind of move your neck a little bit, but you see the whole layout in one go, and you're like, oh, okay. Now, mind you, I got pretty creative. I've got the double dog bone or the dog bone, or the double teardrop, some people call it, because I've got that underneath section. So it's kind of a little bit deceiving, but my mine doesn't look that big. Whereas when you go into Mark's room, it's the whole room. But unfortunately, it is not quite half as small, but it's definitely a little bit like I was surprised because it felt bigger than that. You could have told me that it was going to be a minute a minute less, and I would have been like, yeah, that seems fair. I didn't expect three and a half minutes. That being said, it's still fantastic. Exactly, Tim. It's not exactly. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing too. And I've mentioned this before in a couple of our GVO After Darks and in some of my videos. A lot of people, especially in the forums, but a couple of people on YouTube too. When I announced like, oh, I'm only making a 3x3 module, and that's going to have a 15-inch radius curve to turn around my trains because I didn't want just a switching layout. People were like, oh, that's never going to work. You're never going to be satisfied, and but you find a way and you make it work. And I have a very unique layout, which is awesome. I love my layout. I think it's cool. And it's just about how you use it. You experiment, brainstorm, and figure out what works. Don't just pass something off because the majority of people say nah. That's true. No 80, no auto racks. And that being said, I'm limited to 50-foot cars, and even those, like this gondola right here is 50 feet. But most of my rolling stock is 40, and the 50s, some of them the wheels rub. I've done some modifications so that the wheels on the trucks don't rub when going around the corners. But I mean, you make sacrifices, and that's okay. I'd rather have this than be running 6 axles on a switching layout. Now, some people love switch, and I do see the appeal there as well, but I like having a loop. Like that's a must for me. So let's just back this off. That's just a must for me. So what other kind of shot? My wood paneling in the basement. There's a gift from Mark, 1970 Mach 1 Mustang, waiting at the crossing. One of my all-time favorite cars. Absolutely right, Sparky. Absolutely right. There's a big cat here. No, no. So I had a 1973 Mercury Cougar, which is pretty similar to the Mustangs. Uh, I think what 3 inches longer, something like that. So I had that. I sold that. I actually now have a 2007 Mustang, triple black convertible California special. It's got the 4.6 with the Tremec 5-speed. And it's awesome. Love it. Poor Mark, when he came over, we went and got burgers, and I chirped it just a little bit, and I think I scared him. He's never going to drive with me again. I did not let Mark drive the car. No. Yeah, yeah, Bubs, you probably did. Buddy lives in Pembroke. His name's Chris. He actually, he loves it. I'm so glad. He's chatted me up a couple of times just with some general questions and stuff like that. Uh, and he sends me pictures every once in a while, and he absolutely adores that car, which is all I could ever ask for because I loved it too. And for a long time it was going to be my forever car because I didn't expect to be able to buy this Mustang right now, but it happened. So no, no, I I do have a little Mazda 3 that I commute with, and that's up at about 318,000 kilometers. So that's who knows how long that's going to last for. It's all highway, but you know when that croaks, I think I'm going to take over my wife's. She got a 2011 Ford Fusion, something like that, maybe 2012. I always forget. And I think we're gonna get. I'd love to get a Bronco, honestly. I would love to get a Bronco, but I'm not sure if we're gonna get like a big SUV or a pickup because eventually I just bought a boat, but I mean, SUV can pull that, especially the Bronco. Um, but we're thinking about getting a fifth wheel. So if I'm gonna haul that, I need the bed. So pickup truck, maybe a four-door pickup with a condensed bed, maybe. I'm not sure. We got to see. I do like Fords. Born and raised, my I've nothing against any of the brands. To me, um, they all have problems. They all have good ones. Um, you know, it's just one of those things. Everybody seems to hate other brands and crap on other brands, and yeah, that's fine. Everybody's allowed to do that. I just think, you know what? They're all they're all the same. Honestly, like let's face it. it we're not buying Ferraris here. We're not buying Lamborghinis. Uh, a car, at the end of the day, a car is a car. And the older cars, I learned to work on Fords. The 302s, 351s, the 400, the 460s. So that's what I liked. And you know, I like the 4.6 and everything in the Mustang I've got now. And it's just personal preference, right? Everybody's got one. Totally fun. Honda's cool. I like a lot, Um Mark, I still think if you shave that beard, you could pass for like, yeah, like a young 20. A young 20. You know what, Mike? That's a good way to put it. Some are built on Fridays and some are built on Mondays. 100%. 100%. That's a great way to put it. Yeah. That retaining wall ended up good. Although when I was doing stuff, I spray painted the cork road bed and everything. And then what was I doing? I don't even remember what I was doing. And I broke this piece of cork off, and I don't know where it went. Now there's a big plywood colored spot, and that's bothered me. And I keep saying, I gotta fix that because it stands out like a friggin' sore thumb to me. Probably no big deal. Oh, I've got a bunch of glue spots too. I've got to repaint the whole track. I need to buy any more spray paint. But I mean, with the ballast, you won't really see it, I guess. I don't really care. Ballast is going to be like the last thing I do anyway. So I'm not real keen on it. And I want to make sure my track work is 1,000,000% good before I do anything. Mind you, I'm not, you know what? I'm not even going to say, I don't want to jinx anything. I'm not saying anything. I was going to say something. Hey, DES, how you doing? Split Rock, it is Cecil's Island. in honor of my grandfather. Yeah, the only thing, Bubs, about like no more nails, and I know a lot of people use that. I use white glue, and this is the first problem I've had, really. Um, and it's just so much easier to remove. Like I can remove I have removed cork sheets without damaging them, and been able to reuse them. Um, because you spray some water in there, you let it set, and you pull it up. And yeah. So the island name, Cecil Island, as seen there. That's my little clipboard to set the op session for when Mark came over. Ah, yes. Parking. Parking. Yeah, sure. I can run that beast. Let's see. So this is a Proto 2000, USRA 080. I know Canadian Specific didn't have these technically, but pretty close. And again, I don't care. They look cool. It runs great. And it's from my man over at Main Line, so it's staying. Let me get a zoom. Yeah, this is a tight fit. I gotta be real. And this thing has momentum like you would not believe. That was one thing. I went over to Mark's and he has like momentum turned off on everything. So it's everything stops on a dime. Meanwhile, I friggin' put everything to 0 or switch direction and the thing goes for another mile. Oop, sorry. Mike decided it's gonna hit the tripod, I guess. We'll pick up these trains here, these cars here. Grab that. Yeah, the prototype. Are you gonna show your face? I mean, I have videos of my face in it. My channel trailer has my face in it from a couple years ago. Hasn't changed much. A little scruffier, a little older, a little fatter. But overall, same dude. Um, I just don't want to have to suck in my gut on my live stream. That's all. No. I just I don't know. I'm not gonna add too much production value to any of these. So focuses trains. Let them be the stars. Ooh. Oh, I think I'm good. Okay. Direction. Oh, baby. Got it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to come up here and we're going to wait for the main line to pass again. And then we're going to go out onto the main. And then while this goes up, we can back all of this in and let the 080 do a couple laps. Ooh, 040, a little small for my liking. I do an 060, but that's probably the limit. BLI, huh? Yeah, I don't know. Broadway Limited. I've heard such mixed things. Split Rock, it's got a TCS WOW Steam decoder in it. All of my locomotives have TCS WOW sounds. So the 3 have WOW Diesel, and this has WOW Steam. I like TCS. I like the audio menu and everything. It's probably my favorite decoder. They all have Keep Alive. They all run fantastic. I gotta say, TCS. I hadn't used them before I started this new layout, and I'm beyond impressed. And honestly, currently they're my favorite brand. Poor Mark brings over his soundtracks decoders, and they're all weird and they don't respond right, and you know these just work. Oh, I don't have sound enabled because I'm wearing a headset. So even if I did have sound, um, you probably couldn't. Like, I do have sound, but even if I had sound turned on, I probably couldn't hear it unless it was really loud. I've got all my stuff turned down pretty low because I usually just have music running or I like to talk to people. So I yeah. All right. So once we're past here, we can flip the switch on the main, and I'll. How am I going to do this? Maybe what I'll do. Oh, I don't want to do that. I'll go around and we can. Yeah. Okay. I'll come back around. That being said, switch that. Oh, well, it helps if I flip the double slip. Because right now we're on the yard lead. Ooh, stop. We got room. We got room. It goes all the way under the bridge. Yikes. That was a closey. See, like the steamer especially has a momentum. Yeah. See, Sparky, I've heard that too. I think, and maybe it was in some of your videos. Like you had a bunch of problems. Like everybody seems to have problems with Broadway Limited, and it's like for the price, you know, like come on. I bought like all my Bowser diesels cost, including the decoders, cost $300 in total. Maybe to be generous, say 325. Okay, just average it out. But because like the locomotives were like $200, sound kit was 150. Proto 2000, I mean, I got used, but same kind of deal. I don't think I paid over 350 altogether, and they just run perfect. Like and then you pay 500, 600, and it's just like, oh my god. All right, here we go. We're on the main. Let's so we'll get over here. Well, that's that. Actually, I might move this over so I can just back in some of the stuff because we're gonna have to. Probably, I don't think I can back in that. I got to drop the caboose. Drop the caboose on the main. I guess I could video it, huh? I guess I probably could, and then I could do a couple laps of the 080 and call it a day. So we'll do that, and I'll move the camera in a sec. And get a little ops in here for all you guys. Oh my goodness. Sparky, no. That big boy was sick, but I guess it's still sick to look at, but oh man. Yeah, I'm a big fan of momentum. I mean, again, personal preference, right? It's personal preference. Honestly, there's reasons for and against it. That is a Rix uncoupler. I've got 2 of them, and I think they work fantastic. As long as and I'll admit this because I tried Marks. They work better on code 100. I'm just gonna stop before the my sensor, my infrared sensor here, right on the crossing, like a bad dude. Woo! Hope I sanded that down enough that I still get power. I think I did. Because with the Ricks uncouplers, you have to. Oh, hold on. Somebody didn't switch the switch to the yard back to the main. What a bad dude. Yeah, with the Ricks uncouplers, the trick is you gotta get the magnets all the way down, like the magnets, not the white part, the magnets. And hold on, it's not focused because I have it set to not autofocus. There we go. There we go. So the trick is to get the magnets on top of the rails, not the white parts, but the magnets, and then kind of just scooch it back and forth, and boom, works like every time. Not every time. What, Mark? Like I got it almost every time. I got it like 95% of the time when you were here. I think you got it 5% of the time to make up, but you know. All right. So throw the switch. We're gonna cheat and pretend like I totally dropped off the caboose before I flipped that switch because nobody saw anything because it was off camera. Can't prove it. And we're gonna come over here. Oh, my cat on my chair. Oh my god, stuck. There we go. Wish I had a little bit of a better lens, a bigger lens on this beast. But yeah, there we go. There we go. Hey, speaking of all this, does anybody have a proto throttle? Because I've been eyeing those up, and they look sweet, and I almost kind of want to put that on the old wish list. All right, take care, Sparky. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks, Mike. All right, so now that the video is rolling, watch me totally goose this and make a fool of myself. So right down to the rail. See, it's done. That's it. Right down to the rail. Give it a scooch. You're and off you go. That's it. That's it. No shenanigans. Okay, maybe a little bit of shenanigans, but How do you have you used the proto throttle a lot? Do you like it? Would you like? I don't know. What do they run now? I forget how much they are, but like, are they worth the money? Uh, One thing about this yard, and I'm used to it, but I definitely saw Mark struggle, and sometimes I do too. These two switches back here, I think I'm gonna have to put tortoises in. This guy here as well. I don't know if I'm gonna do the double slip. I might just do this end of the double slip, honestly. I don't need to do both ends. Um, I think that'll just confuse most people. But um, definitely thinking, get like a 4-pack. Okay, here we go again. I've got the lights here, so that's tricky, but let's try it all the way down. See, boom. Boom. I didn't even have to do this scooch, guys. It works. Just it's so dialed in. All right, Mark, take care. Yeah, it shouldn't be too much longer. I'm just going to do a couple rounds with the 080 once I park this. Just just gonna grab this caboose, and I'll just pull into the yard. I'll just pull into the yard lead actually, and that'll be plenty of room for the 080. Yeah, the only thing is, Heath, like they're so expensive. I don't want to buy it and not like it. Yeah, 500 US, like that's a lot of cash. That's like it's gonna be by the time shipping and conversion, I'm paying like 800 bones. I've just got the DT 400, not the 402, just the 400. I'm a big fan just because it's got the two throttles. I can use the two, like I can control two different locos really easy. So that's a big win for me with Digitrax. That's true. That's true. Wi-Fi interface. Is that what about? Is that just like a regular JMRI? Because I've got the PR4 that I use JMRI with, but I don't know if that would if that's the same thing that you're talking about. Ah, jeez. Yeah, it might be a bit too much. Just to try, I'll have to see if I can find somebody with it. Damn, that's too bad. I wish. That's too bad. Too bad it's not compatible with JMRI. I think that would save people a lot of specific issues. No worries, Tim. No worries. We're gonna wrap this up real soon. I'm just gonna let this 080 do a couple more laps and call it. You know me. I need my beauty sleep, of course. Oh yeah. See, that'd be nice because that's what I've got set up. I've got the through JMRI with Y throttle, and I think it's more common. Oh yeah. I think that's where I've seen it. You know what, Tim? I don't want to hear it. All right. I don't like when you ask me questions I don't know the answer to. Mark's gone and can't make fun of me. Tell you how I really look. Thanks, Tim. That was a super amateur job by yours truly. What? It's true. It's true. Look. All right, face reveal 2022. With my glowy headset, my gaming headset. Oh god, did I just break my camera? No, just... How do I get beauty sleep with a newborn? Well, first of all, did I look very beautiful? So there's your answer. All right. Second, uh, where is the caterpillar? Funny you should say that. I actually I had one not that long, a couple weeks, and I I just I don't know. I had some there was some pictures taken for uh our oh god. Yeah, we got some pictures taken for the shower, the baby shower, and I had the full on creeper caterpillar. Like big time dad stash. Huge dad stash. And it was like it was it was like, ooh, I'm gonna shave that off. And then I grew it again like a month ago, like I was saying, and I saw it and I was like, ooh, I'm shaving this off. But what I am gonna do is we're gonna pull this in, and that's gonna be it. I wouldn't say I'm clean shaven. I just would say no stash. Just I don't grow facial hair very often, and oh no, decouple. Oh, how could that happen? What was there? An Atherin. That's why. That's why those damn Atherins. Um. So what happens? Let me show you a thing why I don't like Atherins too much. Is they have those press fit coupler boxes, and they always come off, or they sag. I guess I should say they sag, and then because with these grades, especially the 4% grades, I don't know, and maybe Chris, you can talk about your 2% grades or anybody else. Oh my god, and I just shorted the frog. Oh, this is one way to end the stream with amateur hour all over again. My couplers need to be very specific, or else things decouple like that. And typically no big deal, no big deal. But because I have so many grades, right? I've got 3 separate grades that start and finish. If they're not perfect, they need decouple. A DB150. No, I don't have a DB150. I don't know. Get an A line tab. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I've tried super gluing them, which is not something I like to do, because I do like having the option to switch it out. So the screw actually is a good idea. Maybe I will experiment with that. My thought was shave it off and just throw a KD coupler box on it. Or an alternative is I would love to switch all of my couplers. They're all KD right now, only KD 158s. Um, I would love to go to all Proto Max, because the Proto Max on the Walther's mainline and the Bowsers are fantastic. They're a little big and bulky, but I love it, and they're perfect because they're so big. They don't decouple. You've got that much more kind of wiggle room on the grades. So love that. Yes. So thank you, everybody. Wow, what a turnout! I had quite a few viewers for most of the stream. Thank you for everybody who showed up and stayed and chatted. I had a great time. I know we talked about food like always. Got to see some trains. Did a little bit of ops. A little bit of everything tonight. So thank you, everybody, for joining me on my first Third Rail Thursday back. As I mentioned, this is not going to be a regular thing. I don't know when I'm going to come back on a regular basis, honestly. I haven't gone that far ahead. Um, but, I would like to start making more so regular appearances. I will hopefully make some update videos with some sort of timelines in the near future. I do want to do those giveaways for the Walters main lines. So watch out for that. That's when I'm thinking I might hold off until I hit 2,000 subscribers. So other than that, there's 5 Thursdays this month. Wow, can't talk anymore. That's how tired I am. That's why I got to get off stream. 5 Thursdays this month. I took the first one. It looks like Tim over at They Make It Like That is next week. So make sure to tune in to his live stream on his channel for his Third Rail Thursday. And yeah, I guess that's about it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. And I'm just going to sign off here. So, everybody, I hope you enjoyed the stream. And until next time, enjoy your bacon.